Okay, it goes in that card.
Yeah, you have to wait for some time.
I got it.
Good again.
I got it.
Very scary handwriting. Good morning to you all. My name is Sangeeta Nirola. I'm from Nepal, a very beautiful country. I'm proud to be the country that has the most highest mountain, Mount Everest, and the birthplace of Buddha. And I would love to call myself as social activist. So I believe in action rather than words. So you can see my presentation very simple. It speaks by itself, very pictorial over there. So before going to my presentation, I'd love to share a few things about my organization, because we have been involved since 2.5 years in anti-corruption movement. This is my organization name, Swati, and we operate in two folds. One is women's empowerment, and the other is good governance. So how we empower women? We provide micro enterprises, and in the other hand, how we work in good governance. We are in a process of empowering women politically. So we have a new project in hand that is going to be conducted very soon. But right now what we are doing is we are focusing on anti-corruption movement. And what I believe is there are two ways to prevent corruption, to control corruption. One is the preventive measure and the other one is punitive measure. Punitive is the legal one and preventive is the preventive action, I should say. So we are just working on the preventive side only, because we don't have the authority to punish them or just to keep them in jail. So we are just working on the preventive side, and there are three focus areas of preventive measures. We are raising awareness, we are doing research, and we are providing training, all on anti-corruption theme. So I would like to start from here. Training. What we have done in past is we have built 6 corruption reduction women pressure groups consisting of 15 women from diverse sectors. Those women are trained as the anti-corruption activists. So we provided them a week-long training on capacity building training on anti-corruption. And we have another group named as CRWLZ. Those are the groups of women lawyers. And these women lawyers, they are also the activists, but they take the legal course to implement anything. But this other group, they take activist action. They just go into the action and do the demonstration and advocate for the issue. And here in the research, we have done our 6 months research on women's role in mitigation of corruption. And now, in raising awareness, what are the things we have already conducted? We have conducted 5 district level workshops, 1 national level workshop, 15 interactions. We have produced IEC material, that is information, education and communication materials like posters, pamphlets, newsletter. We have audiovisual program because in Nepal all the districts they don't have access to other IT facilities, so we focus on an audio program. And we have door-to-door campaign. This door-to-door campaign is also very interesting. Our group goes to every household and asks what they know about corruption. Did they face any corrupt activities, something in the office where the corruption takes place very severely. And our group, time to time, go out of pages with the placards and banners. They sit outside of the office. And we also conduct cultural program in different occasions. Because Asian are with different, we are mostly we are in Hindu religion, so there are different sort of festival, and that in those type of festival we do some cultural program and just deliver the message of anti-corruption. And finally we do street dramas, and that's a very effective. It has been very useful in delivering the message in the grassroots level as well as in urban area. So here. Now I'm going towards my presentation, and for all these, by the corrupt people. So what happened here? What we are doing here is like corruption start at home. because here a mother-in-law is beating her daughter-in-law for not bringing television, while getting married to her son. It happens. It must be very, very, what do you call that? Very, you might not believe it, but in our Asian country it happens. So what happens? Her son is out of the city, out of the country to earn some money overseas, and they were like mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, and every day she is beating her daughter-in-law because of not bringing television while getting married to her son. And she is also forcing her to get divorced so that she can arrange another marriage from where she can bring more dowry. Okay. And then what happens is like the corruption starts at homes, and then there is a neighbor, very crooked neighbor. This guy, he is the broker, he is the mediator in the government office. He listens to all this conversation, and he goes to the daughter-in-law first and say like, you should not live in this house, you better get divorced and marry another man. I'll arrange everything for you. No one knows, I'll just go to the office. You don't have to go to the office. I'll just set it from your home. And he says, and the girl asks, poor girl, she doesn't have her husband in front, and her parents are very poor, they cannot afford for the TV and all. So that crooked guy asks for 1,000 rupees. Though there's no cost for filing a divorce in our. Again, he goes to mother-in-law and again pokes her that why you are keeping this daughter-in-law? She's of no use, you better get rid of this lady. And then again he starts poking mother-in-law and again snatch 1,000 rupees from her as well. Then in second scenario, what happens is that he goes to the office, local development office, and this is the junior officer. They're very happy sharing money to each other. And again they plan the other way. What they say, why don't you bring those two ladies separately, and I'll tell them I need more money because the son is not in the scene right now. He's out of the country, so more money is needed to be done all these things. So again, this crooked guy goes to daughter-in-law separately, takes her to the office, and in front of this junior officer, again junior officer asks for another 1,000 rupees. Same to the mother-in-law as well. So in this way they were very much robbed actually, but nothing has been done because you cannot file a divorce, you cannot get divorced without the presence of husband as well. And these two poor ladies, they had no idea about these things. So because of lack of awareness, they were just victimized by corruption. And finally what happens, in this scene, this daughter-in-law was crying in the street, just alone, and she was encountered by two social workers working for women's empowerment, definitely. And they asked all the problem, and she said like, I wanted a divorce. He snatched 2,000 rupees from me, and now I'm here. He just ran away. I could not meet him. So then this social worker, they took her to the chief district officer. Actually, the senior officer, he did not have any idea what's going on in his office. So finally what happens, the senior officer calls up those two guys and punished them. And here, finally he assured these women that this type of corruption will not happen again. And he also addressed that women should also be aware of corrupt activities, what are going on around their neighbors or in government office. So he also said that we should start the why culture. Why you need this much of money to get divorced? So you should start by why culture, then only corruption can be mitigated. So in this way, in our country, corruption is basically a social problem. So what I say is corruption can only be mitigated if anti-corruption movement is taken as a social campaign against corruption, involving each individual and from every sector. Thank you.
I assume that the argument is that women are less corrupt. I know there's research pointing to that, but is that your finding, and
that research in 2004. That is not my view, that was a researcher view. And the second thing is we have many tools for that research. We did literature review, we did questionnaire survey, we did personal interview, and we did a focus group discussion, workshop, interaction. And based on those findings, that was the outcome. So I don't know. It was the experts' conclusion.
Sorry. And why then, according to the expert, why are women in this?
Some say like maybe they are like in a competition with men, so they don't want to be corrupt. They want to show their clean image to get promotion or whatever. And some say like women are born
Honest.
like on the sample.
That's also the thing. Many studies were done on surveys, empirical surveys. They explain that the relation between gender and what they found that women are not.
Yes, I have quoted the survey done by Berlin. Yes.
Many empirical studies. And many effects that the woman cannot be either.
Compared to men.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to analyze it, men will want to take bigger risks than men, especially when you are coming from Africa, for instance, where they're taking care of the family rests on the shoulders of the man. Is the man's responsibility.
Such thing happen, and a lady can just come to our office and complain, and the whole group will go to her house and just deal with the situation.
Yeah, I wanted to add the same point. They can be corrupt as men are also. I mean, the women can be corrupt as men, but the matter is how much they are risk lover. The degree of risk lover among the women is somehow.
Here also there was very much that is a very good act that was activated long time back when I was married, 20 years back. It says that we cannot give dowry. If someone gives a huge amount of dowry, they will get punished. And you can just invite 50 people in your reception, marriage reception. It was very good, but since 20 years it's not functioning. So my lawyers group are working on that to reactivate that law, that act with some amendment. Right now they are doing that work.
I just wanted to come back to this gender issue. I think there are also studies that point out that to be a little bit careful because there is not enough proof yet.
Right.
Because women often are not part of the system, and that's why they might appear less corrupt. I mean, a project like you told with the police women.